you're all right there, folks. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. It really is. How are we? How have we all been? I haven't seen you for a while, have I? Since the US Open final? Yeah, it feels longer than that. Don't worry about it. Back at business today. Before we crack on, and we will crack on, you cashed that Yannick Sinner -5.5 in the final. I did. I know it was about 2 weeks ago, but I didn't leave you with nothing, did I? Happy days. Done me the world of good. Having a couple of weeks off, feeling rather refreshed, ready to go get that cash. Tokyo. We are in Tokyo, aren't we? And then Beijing, but we'll get to that tomorrow. We've got 4 games. 4 games starting us off nice and easy. Look, round one, free hit. Don't have to go into that, do I? We'll see what we fancy. We've got, it's going to be a day of favourites here by the looks of it. Well, we've got 3 pretty much nailed on favourites, you could call it. 1 a little bit tougher to call, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Anyway, like the video if you would, subscribe if you're not. Appreciate it if you did. If you want to support the channel, links in the description and the pinned comments along with the pics. Right then, it's enough of that shite. Let's get into some tennis. I'll tell you what, we'll start with this one. So, got Mariano Navone, Luciano Darderi kicking us off in Japan. As you may have recognised, I've just said one's a little bit tougher than the rest. This one being the one. Head-to-heads, 3 apiece, all of them coming within the last 12 months on the clay. Getting Darderi, I call it 1.6. I don't like that. And Mariano Navone is what, call it 2.3, 2.35, depending on where you look. Both of these absolutely fucking suck on the hard court. Well, they do this year anyway. Mariano Navone just sucks on the hard court period, but 1-5 this year on the surface for Navone, 1-7 for Darderi. It's weird this as well because you go back to 2021, Darderi put in a season, 20-6 on the hard surface. Just hasn't managed to get back to that level ever since. 0-1, 3-3, and then 1-7 this year, like I just mentioned. Overall, 24-17. You know, going off his recent hardcore form over the past couple of years, that overall may be a little bit deceiving, depending on how you want to look at it. At least with Navone, we know what we're going to get on the hard court. We're more than prepared for this guy to do fuck all on the hard court. 5-9 overall, 1-5 this year, 0-1 last year, 0-1 the year before. He just hates it. He's not into it. He's a clay baby, isn't he? Looking at the recent games head-to-heads, like I've just mentioned, 6 games come within 12 months. We will start off in Argentina last year. That's Navone, 2-1. Then the Lima Challenger after that, Darderi, 2-1. Back in Argentina for the start of this year, you've got Darderi in straight sets, 6-2, 6-1. Going into Bucharest, Navone in straight sets, 6-2, 6-3. You can see where I'm going with this, can't you? Calgary Challenger, Navone in straight sets again, and then most recently in Rome, Darderi in straight sets. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Every one of them on the clay as well, like I mentioned. You going for here? Like, you said, Darderi's won 2 of his last 10, hasn't he? He's on a 4-game losing streak now. Like, he's beat Tabilo. That was in Cincinnati. Fucking see this. Coming back after this break, this seems like months ago, and it weren't really, was it? Well, actually, it sort of was. No, it wasn't. It was last month. It feels like ages ago to me, that win against Tabilo and then the win against Djokovic in Croatia in July. Now, that does seem like ages ago. You know, you've that 4-game losing streak. Mikhail Kukushkin, Baez, Goffin, Flavio Caboli. 2 losses to Tommy Paul, 1 to Jakub Mensah and another 1 to Sebastian Baez there. Navone, not much better. Say not much better, but you'll notice a significant change in class when it comes to his losses. So, look, he's got 1 to Dan Evans, the most recent one in the US Open. Beat Daniel Altmaier in the US Open. Got beat by Xiang, Lehechka, Taylor Fritz, Lorenzo Musetti, Caboli, Nadal. You know, I wouldn't even say just take that, Eddie. Not at 1.6 on the fucking money line anyway. I don't know how I'm going to take that. You know what? I'm not going to take this one at all. This one's purely up to you. You'd lean towards Darderi, wouldn't you? I think he's a bit bigger, definitely stronger. I feel like when technique fails, that's probably going to be the thing that pulls you through in a game like this. You know, Navone's not going to offer up much of a problem, is he? I don't know. Let me know what you're going for on that one. It'd have to be Darderi for me. It'd have to be strongest save. And I know, like, even the games that he's lost that I've watched him play on the hard court, if he can just sort of get behind that save a little bit, it will be a lot more powerful than the Vone's. That forehand will also be a lot more powerful than the Vone's. That may be the deciding factor. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Also, I wouldn't be totally shocked if it weren't. Up to you. Completely up to you, that one. Moving on, get into the good ones. So we've got Bottic, Van der Sanchel, Matteo Berrettini. Call it 135 on the decimal for Berrettini, 3.2. Yeah, 3.25 for Van der Sanchel. These have just played each other in the Davis Cup the other day. Was it last week? Last week, a couple of days ago, something like that. Yeah, 2-1 for Berrettini. We're an easy game that. Van der Sanchel, look, I'll have to say this about him. Like, he has most definitely picked it up a lot over the summer. You know, the second half of his season's been a lot more promising than the first. Um, you know, he got that win against Alcaraz, didn't he? When was that? Was that US Open when he beat Alcaraz? I think, well, yeah, it was. Um, Look, even still, Berrettini's always going to be just a class or two above him. Just a class or two above. 10 days ago, it was okay. So 10 days ago, he's just beat him in the Davis Cup. Head to heads 3-0. Was that? Have I just seen 3-0 for Berrettini? Yeah, head to heads 3-0. Can't go against Berrettini here. Cannot go against Matteo Berrettini in this one. You know, he's won 8 of his last 10. Still I don't know about you, it's still fairly fresh in my mind how good he's been over the summer. You know, 2 losses in his 10. He got beat by Taylor Fritz in the US Open, but no shame in that. And then he got beat by Holger Rune in Cincinnati, but he was fucking knackered after that. Was it in Austria? It was the high altitude swing where he won both finals, so I'll let him off with that one. Van der Sanchel, although he has been playing a lot better over the summer, I do not trust him to win this one. It boils down to this, I suppose, like, how sure are you that Berrettini wins this? I'm fairly certain he does. I think spread's 3.5. If you can't decide, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable taking that 3.5 with Van der Sanchel. No, he went what, 3-2, 3-2 in the Davis Cup. He got beat by obviously Berrettini. Got smoked in straight sets by Joao Fonseca as well. Nah, Berrettini it is. Berrettini it is. If we're going for a parlay or a little double, Berrettini will most definitely be on there. We'll get to that towards the end. Yeah, it'd have to be Matteo Berrettini in that one. And then got 2 more. So this one we've got Marcus Giron, Hubert Hurkacz. No, it, the fact that I've got some doubt in my mind, just you know what, fuck it. Like, head to head's 2-0 to Hurkacz. We haven't really seen him. Well, we haven't seen him at all since the US Open. He's he get rid of his coach. Am I thinking of someone else? Hubert Hurkacz get rid of his fucking coach. I'm sure he did. I haven't seen him since that. That's probably a good thing, really. And you know, you have a bit of a break after you get rid of some staff. Pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he was still struggling with that knee, weren't he? Hughie's had knee surgery, and he looked a little bit shaky on it in New York. Who did he get beat by in the US Open? Who was it? I'm looking at the wrong fucking person here. I was going to say that, weren't I? Yeah, got beat by Jordan Thompson in straight sets, didn't he? Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. Thompson's not a bad player, but yeah, that says a lot, doesn't it? Marcus Garon, I don't really rate Marcus Garon a lot, to be fair. What I will say is this, like, you'll definitely be able to hang with Hubert Hurkacz. If it's not a fully fit, 100% ready to go out the box Hubert Hurkacz, Marcus Garon may be able to keep this close. They played each other fairly recently. When we played each other this year, they did. When was that? It was a while. It was in Germany on the grass. Okay, so Hurkacz won that in straight sets, yeah. Look, you can get Garon here for plus 3.5. I think, yeah. You can get Marcus Garon at plus 3.5. It would have came in last time. He'd have covered that, 7-6, 6-4. I'm not so confident. I'm going to just sit. I'll sit and watch this, and I'll see what we get from Hubert Hurkacz. He is the number 2 seed coming into Tokyo, so you know, surely he wins this. Surely he wins that. Let's have a look how we've been doing lately. Marcus Garon's on a 4-game losing streak. Alex Di Minor, Sebastian Baez, James Duckworth, Felix Auger-Aliassime. I mean, he did win the title in Newport. He put in some decent games there. Aliassime was good in the Olympics. He was never beating him there. James Duckworth, he probably should be winning them matches. Same with Sebastian Baez as well. That was on the hard court. You should be winning that. Di Minor, not so much. Um, looking at Hubert Hurkacz's losses as well. I mean, we've spoke about him quite a lot on this channel the past few months, haven't we? That loss to Art of Feast in Wimbledon. Feast was quality on the grass. Got beat by Popperin in Canada. He won that one, didn't he? Tiafo in Cincinnati, he ended up making it to the final. And then that game against Thompson in the US. Look, it'd be Hurkacz or nothing. Hurkacz or nothing. Surely he's good to go here. I haven't seen him since New York. I think we can put our faith in Hubie. Am I going to do it? Not so sure, but I'll let you know if I do. It'll be pinned. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. And you know what? I think it's definitely time. It's definitely time for me. I think I've had more than enough time to think about this, and I'm ready to take this guy again. So we've got Hugo Humbert, Shintaro Mochizuki. So as soon as I seen this kid's name, I went, "Oh my god, this is that lad from last year," and it is. Remember Mochizuki got to the fucking semi-finals last year? Yeah, it was crazy. Can't remember who he beat, but I remember betting against them pretty much every game. Uh, Surely he's not going to beat Hugo Humbert tonight. Whenever you're watching it, it's about 8 hours, depending on where you are. Well, doesn't matter where you are. It's 8 hours till the start. This is Hugo Humbert all day for me. Like, there's no way you can't overthink this one. Mochizuki 12-15 on the surface this year. Hugo Humbert's 13-8. Look, we've said it again and again. Humbert's just not been himself this season. He hasn't, and that's all right because it is what it is. I'm pretty certain he wins this one. I'm sure of it. Mochizuki's just been done by Yannick Hanfman in straight sets. He's got to win against fucking. Just beat like a lot of Asian people, really. Martin Dam, Burit Shaga. I know they're not Asian, but Mark Polmans as well. Win against two, win against Chen. Yeah, it's just getting beat by Radu Albot, getting beat by Boo. There's a loss to someone called Smith. I don't even know who that is. Um, yeah, I mean, what's that? 1.3. If I just see 1.25, and that's being really grateful as well, being really generous. I mean, 1.2. The majority of places, is that going to go on the parlay? You go on bet at 1.2. I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. I don't really know how far you want me to dive into this one. It's pretty much self-explanatory, and you just take Hugo Humbert in this all day, all day. He's just been beat by Carlos Alcaraz in the Davis Cup, but he did beat Alexei Popper in straight sets, and we all know how good he's been over the summer. So I'll just go off that. I'll just go off that. Like, got beat by Comesaña in the US Open. He beat Thiago Monteiro. You know what? I'm going to completely disregard all that. We've had a few weeks off. Well, he hasn't, but I have, as I've mentioned multiple times. I'm ready for it. I am more than ready to go with Hugo Humbert again. I think, yeah, fuck it. There's no way. What are the odds that? Oh, Jesus Christ, Mochizuki 4.3, 4.5 on Bet365. Jesus Christ, fucking hell. Is that spread going to be about 4.5? Call that one 4.5, something like that. Oh, wow. Nah, you know what? Fuck it. It's round one. There's only 4 games. We've got well more tomorrow to sink our teeth into. So this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, sorry. I was just thinking. Caught me in deep thought. I'm definitely going with Hugo Humbert there. 100%. That's all of them in the bag. Right. Touching on round one, being the free hit. We usually win one and lose one, or fucking, we just have a bit of fun with round ones, but I'm going to do it a bit differently. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. With it only being 4 games, I've got a double on the screen loaded up here, ready to go. I haven't put anything on it yet, but call it 1.7. May not seem enough for you, but trust me, it's more than enough. 1.7 on the decimal if you go for Berrettini and you go Humbert to win the game. I'm thinking of just putting a bit on that. Whatever I win, I'll use that to put on whatever we take tomorrow when we've got a little bit of a bigger slate. Uh, yeah, if you're on 365, Hugo Humbert, Matteo Berrettini, you know, including the boost that you get, the 2.5 boost, call it 1.7. I think that'll do me. That's more than fine with me. I'm all right with taking that just for the first day back. Don't want to go too mad. Look, if you want to put your faith in Hubert catch, which you probably could, he probably wins this. And if you take him, that'll get it over evens. That'll get you a nice plus money price. Nice little favourite treble. Do you reckon on that? That's up to you if you want to take it. I'm 99% there on Berrettini and on Bert on the double. Yeah, yeah, I think I'm going to go for that. 1.7. That's a bit of me, folks. Let me know what you're going for in the comments. Best bets, all that shite. Discuss it amongst yourselves. Share with the group. Don't be shy. Any other bets as well? MLB, WTA, fucking whatever. I don't mind. Get them in there. Right then. Right. Well, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I know there's been some tennis on over the week, but I think I just needed them extra few days just to get back into the groove, start feeling it again. Okay then. Sound day one in the bag. As I mentioned at the start, we'll pick up on day two of round one, along with the start of Beijing in tomorrow's video. So keep an eye out for that. Stick your notifications on and all that shit. Right then, I'll be saying good night to you folks. I'm gonna get my head down for a bit because I'm actually gonna get up and watch these games. I'm off all week, so yeah, that'll be me. That'll be me. If you want to get on me, if you're not watching them, just get on me in the comments or on Twitter. I'll try my best to reply to you. So, then, see you in a bit. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel, links in the description and that. Said all that before. Right then, let's go get some cash, folks. See you in a bit. Enjoy the tennis.